Welcome to Put the Kids to Bed and Let's Talk. I'm your host, The Roboto, and today I got three special guests for this wonderful, much anticipated topic. Uh, if you don't know, today's topic is fatherhood versus child support. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So we about to go in. Um, let's let's start by letting y'all introduce yourselves to the grown folks in the chat. Let them know your age, race, and how many kids you got out there.
Hi, my name is Samaya. I'm 32 years old. I'm black, and I have one child.
All right. My name is Jessica Brown. I am 36 years old, African American, and I have three kids.
Oh,
My name is John. I'm 35 years old, African American, and I have four kids.
oh, kids. Look, okay, the man got the most right now. All right. Just to put mine out there since everybody putting it out there, I have three kids. Three kids. So let's get it, man. Ladies first, I guess we'll start how we just started. We'll come to you first, Tamaya. How old is your child, Tamaya?
She is 10 months.
10 months. So she just got in the world.
Mhm.
Oh,
So have you congratulations on that, but have you had any experience with child support as of now?
A little bit. I'm gonna say yes and no.
Okay.
mm,
I say yes because I applied for child support and no, but no because I am not receiving any child support right now.
So you have applied
Yes.
and is was the application process was that easy, hard? How you feeling about it?
Um, I thought it was easy,
Okay.
and the reason why I say that is because it was easy filling out the application,
Yeah.
but the time that it's been between hearing from them, um it was months at a time, and my first letter I received, they basically told me um they wanted all the information, like, to, I guess, to find them or whatever. And
Hmm.
then the second time I received the same information saying that they lost the information or that I didn't turn in the information in time. And then when I called them, they said that they did have it, and basically they didn't have enough information. And I was trying to figure out, like, how you don't have enough information when he's on child support already.
mm,
Oh, so he already in the system.
Yeah, he already in the system, but they saying that they don't have enough information. And I'm like, okay, make it make sense. So yeah.
Dang,
mm.
that's deep. That's deep. What about you, Jessica? Have you had any experience with child support?
Um, when she was talking, I was kind of like, huh, like just kind of chuckling to myself a little bit. My oldest child is 16, and when he was born, like if you receive any type of assistance, whether it's Medicaid through the state, they automatically make, I want to say make, but it's part of the application process where they ask you about the absent parent, so that they themselves go after child support. Um, and my child being 16 now, he's just now starting to get child support. Like within the past year. Yeah. It hasn't even been
Mm.
a full year. Uh so I guess in a sense I'm kind of new to it, but they, I guess in a sense, they take their time. Um
Mm.
look, cuz my son is 16, so it's like, okay. So yeah.
Dang, okay.
Hmm.
So, John, what about you, man? Have you had any experience with child support?
Man, where do I start? Well, yeah, I think I'm a 7 year veteran in this game. Since for like majority of my kids, I've been paying child support for like 7 years now, and and I ain't ashamed. I'm very open, and I've been for like 7 years. I've been paying a total of like $1,300, $1,400
Mm,
per month. Per month.
it's a little
Uh,
mortgage right there.
oh my goodness, it was more. It was more than that. For a little while, I was upwards of like 2,100.
Ooh.
But I know we'll have the conversation later on in the episode. But it's just more, more or less it's the fact of like, But fortunately enough, I was able to have a mature conversation with my youngest son's mother, and we kind of been adults about it. But as of right now, consistently, it's about 1,300 a month for like two kids out of my four.
Mm.
Mm. They digging in your pocket, man.
Man, let me tell you. Oh, I see. I don't want to get started, but it's one thing. Is for me. I guess what irritates me the most about it a little bit is that I am a willing father.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
And like I said, I know we're going to get into it. I don't want to get ahead of DJ, but it's just like me being a willing father just kind of irritates my soul a little bit about it.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
like I say, we'll get there. But just to answer your question, yeah, I pay like 13, 1400.
Let's go. Okay. Next question. Next question. Samaya, do you agree with child support? Do you feel like that's needed?
Um, I feel like yes,
Mm.
and I say that not for the active fathers, but for the fathers that aren't active.
Mm.
Mhm.
What is an active father?
Good question.
Um, the same a father that's providing, that's present,
Okay.
that's being a responsible adult because you created a child just like I did. Whether
Mm.
Mhm.
you wanted to, whether you wanted the baby to be alive or not, like
Mm.
Mhm.
you created this child. So it's about accountability.
That.
Mm. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm I'm gonna tease this because it's like I want to just keep going, but I got questions lined up that's gonna dig into all that. But I think that's a good definition, though. That is a good definition. Accountability, present, all that is a part of being an active father. Um, Jessica, do you agree with child support? Like, do you see the need for it?
I do in certain situations and circumstances. Um, Again, it seems as if, and kind of like my brother on here, I'm not gonna get ahead, but it seems as if the men who are really willing, those are the ones that they tend to
Mm-hmm.
They tend to
grab
what?
a hold to. The ones who are
Oh,
willing, it seems like those are the ones like they really grab a hold to and
yeah.
like
Yeah.
go in on them with it. And it's like,
Mhm.
what about so and so who been MIA? Like y'all ain't
Hmm.
found him yet. Like,
He know
and
how to
like
dodge the sister. He ain't the
ducking and
sister.
dodging. And
Yeah.
even with that, it's still a minimum. And again, certain situations and circumstances, it shouldn't be based, for me personally, off money. Sometimes other things is more valuable. Everybody don't have money all the time.
Yeah.
Child support is more than the money. But
Hmm.
yeah, in certain situations and circumstances, yes, I agree with child support.
Ooh, ooh. What about you, John? Do you agree with child support? Is it needed?
So, it's kind of like a two-part answer to that. Like, granted, do I agree with child support? Child support is needed, because a guy like me, I created three broken homes, and
Okay.
so unfortunately, what I'm saying, I can't be everywhere at the same time.
Yeah.
So I do feel, what I'm saying, it's a lot more easier, it's a lot more convenient for child support on that end. with two mature consenting adults. What I don't like, but for the two part, what I don't like about child support is majority of the times when it comes to child support, the motive behind the child support always is emotional. Majority of the time, majority. I ain't gonna say every time, but
Mm.
it's like emotions get tied to that decision. It's not. I haven't seen many women, and like I said, I'm not speaking for these ladies in the podcast today, but it's like in most situations I've seen, when child support gets involved, it comes with an upset female, or it comes with the play of trying to teach that guy a lesson, or it
Mhm.
comes
Mm.
with that play. It comes with that players like if we're not in a relationship, then more likely, it comes down to see my son walking here now, but it comes down to the
Mm.
fact of like it's a get back. And
Mm.
I feel like most of the time, if it comes to two mature adults, when it comes to adults talking, and I don't mean to blab on too long, but when it comes to adults being adults about it, I really feel like you wouldn't need child support, or you
Mhm.
wouldn't need the court system in general.
Mhm.
But
I,
go ahead.
so you experience an emotional response from how many baby mamas do you have? Three?
I have 3 years.
And you experience the emotional response from all three?
Absolutely, I think like except for my oldest son, me and his mother kind of went up to the thing together because it was a mutual benefit, kind of sort of. But in other situations, I've potentially been in, well, with my daughter's mom. I ended up on child support based out of frustration that, hey, well, Taylor, you had a baby on me. Now I'm pregnant. Now I'm going to get you for everything you got,
Mm.
and it puts a bad taste in my mouth. And I know you got questions for it, but particular behavior like that don't get talked about enough to where that create absent fathers due to
Mhm.
the fact of the not necessarily struggle, but due to the fact of the mental beating and the
Mhm.
stuff you go through with the mother who's trying to attack you for money. Well, you're not with me. We're not together. You know what I'm saying? I'm upset. I'm mad. I may be a little bitter. I'm going to hit you where it hurts.
Mhm.
And the lines get blurred that way. But to answer your question, I didn't really go too crazy, but I do believe in child support, but I believe child support can be presented and done within a mature logical way.
Nah, I
I
like
don't,
what
I don't,
keep
I don't agree
going.
with,
Keep
I don't
going.
agree with the child support because you're mad and angry.
Mm.
I don't agree with that. But go ahead with your saying.
All right. So for the two young women in here, did y'all hear what John said? Like did you
Yes.
so for me, I want y'all to answer this though, because I can't put myself in. I've been through a similar thing, but I only have one baby mama. But do would you say, because he said he had a baby on her and she said, now I'm finna get you back. Does he need to take some accountability for playing with her heart?
Yes, but that's outside the realms of, I would say, child support. Like
Mm.
that shouldn't be something that is
Mm.
involved. Like, but when, oh Lord, when you're okay, um, that's why, there's reasons why they say, don't have kids till you're married. You got to get to know people, because some people aren't mentally or emotionally there, and people get hurt, and they do devious and stuff, and that's an unfortunate thing that is a thing when it's coming to child support. You hear a lot about the women who are bitter, who are hurt, but it's almost like a cycle. It's common now. You hear a lot about uh I don't want to make it a race thing, but you hear we're not gonna get into that. You hear a lot about that happening. Like that's typically like what the situation is or was when you hear about a woman who's going after a man for child support. That's typically why. Either he cheated, had a baby on her, or something of that nature, and now she wants some get back. So she's going for child support. And of course, no, it's not right. It's not right at all, but
Mm.
yeah, it's just kind of unfortunate.
I- okay. I ain't expect you to. Okay. So that was a great answer. I think that was a great answer. I ain't expect you to go there like that, but you kept it like,
Why is my bathroom door still open?
huh?
Absolutely, that was the perfect answer.
Yeah. What about you, Tamaya? Did you catch that question that I asked?
Do he should he um
Take some
be
accountability
accountable
for
for
playing
playing with
with
her
her.
heart?
Yeah, because he had a baby on him.
Yeah, but not through child support, because if that's your reason, then yeah, you are bitter.
But okay, she may be bitter, but she got her heart broke. Like, what if she planned to be with John for the rest of her life? And then boom, change the plan, plot twist.
You're like,
I
but
mean,
right.
well,
Like,
well, that ain't God playing.
mm, mm. So you feel like in that situation, you would stay focused on what the child need and not how you've been emotionally damaged.
Well, no, no, but at this point, you got bigger fish to fry.
come on.
Okay. Okay.
Mm,
John, I love how they keeping it like, yeah, I'm gonna be real though. I don't
mm-mm,
believe women would
mm-mm,
be able to,
Oof.
because it's hurt. You hurt, like you hurt, and
mm-hmm.
that's probably the easiest way to get them back. Because if he don't, especially if he through with you or he don't want to be with you, it's really not too many options you got to get them back. You know, and
Mm-mm.
and then having that baby, carrying that baby for 9 months, and he done sold you these dreams. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna feel
I sound
away.
like the villain, man.
Feel like I feel like I'm being provoked to do that.
a little,
nah, nah.
pouring a little
I get,
gas on the fire, just a little
yeah, for
bit,
sure, for sure.
throwing a little
Okay.
paper in there, see if it's gonna burn a little bit. But okay, okay, y'all say y'all wouldn't feel away. Y'all would keep it in the road. Okay,
And I'm
next.
only saying it. I'm only saying it because I, I feel like, maybe that's my situation. Not me thinking, we're gonna be together forever. But, my child was born 3 months after another child was born.
Dang, okay. So okay. And your child is 10 months, right?
Yeah,
So she hasn't reached a year, but you have reached out for child support. What
right.
motivated you to do that?
Well, what motivated
Mm,
me to go ahead and apply for child support was because my baby daddy basically was like, while I was pregnant with my child, well, what if I'm not financially there for the child? So I feel like what I hear you saying is you don't plan on being there. So with that
mhm,
being said, let me go, do this, get this
Mm-hmm.
done because
Mm,
whether you want to or not, you telling me, you know, you what I, so what I do know about him is, yeah, you got a job. It may not be paying what you wanted to pay, but you also have other revenues. You are a trainer, you have your CDLs,
mm,
wherever you lack, you can pick up, so it's
mm,
it,
mhm.
it's all about what you want to do. And what I
Mm-hmm.
hear you saying is you're telling me what you don't want to do and what you're not going to do indirectly.
mm.
Mm-hmm.
There it go. There it go. He told you, and you was like, I got something for your ass, Jessica.
Yeah, you see that boy? They got it in that chamber, but
What about you? What made you go ahead and go to child support and revert to child support?
Now, like in my case, I have 3 kids by 2 different men. I didn't go after child support, honestly. The like when I first had my kids, I do receive assistance. Like my kids get like health insurance and stuff through the state. They during the application process, they asked you about, their information and stuff like that. Um,
Yeah.
I guess to a certain extent, my personality and the way I am, when I'm pretty much done with people, I'll be done with them. So I wasn't necessarily trying to see what they had going on. I knew how they were. Like, I'm not gonna try to have a conversation and go back and forth. It's draining. Um that now that's for one of my kids' dad. Now the other one, he went and put himself on child support.
Hmm.
Oh,
I
okay.
told him, I'm like, I'd rather not deal with it. I would rather communicate with you to see what we can do, because at the time, his situation, um, he had actually just got out from being locked up. Um, I'm like, I'd rather not do that. Because I would like for you to get on your feet. I'd rather have you whole, stable, more than money. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he went and put himself on child support.
Hey,
I
that
guess,
sometimes that be
yeah.
the best way. Go ahead, get it out the way, man. Just let me just.
Yeah, depending
It,
on your
it,
intent and motive.
Yeah.
Depending on the intent and motive. You get what I'm saying? So,
Mm.
yeah.
but being on the thing, that brings balance though. I think it's commendable for a guy to do that because sometimes it'll be a situation. Oh, I give you his money every beginning of the month, but when it comes out to checking, you don't see it. It's like you don't see it. You feel it, but you don't see it. And
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
I really think that's commendable. I really honestly think that's commendable. But in most situations though, I do now. I'm being objective.
Okay.
Okay.
Have I maybe gave my children's mother a reason to be upset? Yes.
Okay. So,
You know
all
what
right,
I'm
let me catch you right there. Since you,
saying?
because that's you going into the question anyway. So let me put it out there.
Absolutely.
What do you think made your baby mamas or mothers of your child put you on child support? What you think made them do that?
So, I preface my answer by saying that, these actions that led up to this. This was before I gave my life to God. So it was like, so me. Long story short, it's like pretty much, where we come from. Jay, we graduated '07, whatever.
Yeah.
I go off to the military world. You know what I'm saying? So military world, the stigma that comes with the military men. We about to
Mm-hmm.
consider the city. We don't commit. Do this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
So when I was in Colorado, Colorado was nice.
Okay.
I I've 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 enjoyed the single life in Colorado. So
Yeah.
I do think I met it's gonna sound confusing a little bit, but I met my son's mother first when I first got there. We was just messing around, nothing too serious. Then I meet my daughter's mom, who I was in a relationship with. So
So
being that I
okay.
was in a
So
relationship.
okay, let me clear.
Mhm.
So you was messing around, and while you was messing around, you got in a relationship.
So by the time I got in a relationship with my daughter's mom,
Yeah.
I went back and told my son's mom, who I was messing around with, playing house with. I have to say that, playing house. I'm like, I don't found some stability a little bit, because in this sense, I'm at this point I'm meeting my daughter's mom representative. I'm getting to know her representative. I don't know the
So
real person.
so you playing house with a woman that you didn't commit with, right?
Yes, absolutely.
But
So
you
I
found another lady that you was willing to commit. Right?
yeah, yeah, like what I'm saying. Yeah, hey, absolutely. Like I say,
Oh. But
being
you told
objective
her.
and being honest.
You told her though. You told her.
I went, yeah, and it was ignorant. It was ignorant at the time. It was
Okay.
ignorant at the time. But it was just like I was playing house with somebody who already had a child.
Okay.
It's- So at that point, with her already having a child, I was like, I want my own children.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was kind of like, so once I got with my daughter's mom, I was like, okay, organically, I could have my children with them. So I'm thinking, okay, I can plant here and do that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So granted, I kind of my oldest son's mother. Yeah, you know I've hurt her in some ways. I can admit that.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's like, so fast forward. Me and my daughter's mom don't work out at first. So that March we break up. I conceived my oldest son with the girl I played house with like a couple of weeks later. So at that point, my daughter's mom's trying to come back. Hey, old girl pregnant, and she's going to keep it. And I told her right then and there, we had a conversation to where we was trying to work it out. I say, look, she's gonna keep it. I'm gonna be in my child's life. I want to I want to give you the opportunity to move on with your life and not deal with my baby.
Okay.
Yeah, so and she was like, well, Taylor, I can't do this. Would you woo? I said, okay, I respect that, but thank you, woo woo. So I ain't hear from my daughter's mom for like maybe 2 months, maybe 2, 3 months.
Okay.
So fast forward while my oldest son mother is pregnant. Now the fact that she's pregnant, she's playing that card like, okay, Taylor, we could be together. I said, huh?
Uh,
What? Excuse me? We can be together. Like she was already planning our life together, planning our future. And still at that point, I'm still out there in Colorado doing whatever. And I'm non-committal.
and
So,
you telling her
I'll
that?
go ahead. So it's just more or less a sit back. I'm just trying to focus on my son. I want to do
Okay.
this. I want to do that.
Okay.
So fast forward, we get to the point, and I know this is a long story, but we
Nah,
get to
keep
the
going.
point. We get to the point to where it's like, you know what, Taylor, I'm going to abort the baby. You don't want. She didn't say that per se, but she was like, you know what, I ain't trying to do this. I'm not trying to be a single mother or two, and they nigga less than a year apart. I'm not trying to do that. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna have an abortion. And right then and there, I was just like, God bless you, and I cut off all communication. And it was so ironic that same day to where I cut off my baby mama said she's going to abort the baby because I wouldn't be with her. It's so ironic that my daughter's mom hit me up that day. And I'm a little vulnerable. I'm a little mad. John, what's wrong? Well, this girl here saying she's going to abort the baby because I don't want to be with her. Next thing you know, we conceived my daughter, my second
Oh,
child.
so you dang. Okay. Okay. Keep going. Keep going. What?
Now,
So
so now at this point, I got two girls pregnant at the same time. And no, I'm not bragging, but it's like two women pregnant at the same time because push comes to shove, eventually by the time she's pregnant, come to find out my son's mama says she didn't abort the baby, she's still gonna have the baby.
okay.
So now I'm sitting here stuck in situations where it's like, okay, two women pregnant, hormones raging, emotions all over the place, this, that, and the third. So I did what a childish selfish guy would do. I'm playing house in both ways. So
Hmm.
I got to be honest.
Where you
So
living
I'm
at
sitting.
though? Where you living at? Who you living with?
I was in Colorado. So no, so being in the military, you have the bears. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So
Okay.
while I'm in the bees and they got their own place, I'll go over here and play house. Okay, you piss me off, I'm coming over here to play house. So selfishly moving like a typical man at that time. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving them all the ammo of, giving this bad taste in their mouth of how I am. And I can
Yeah.
own up and say that. So with that being said, it came down to the fact of like, the babies are here, and then I kind of went through the little ringer like that. So push comes to shove, believe it or not, I was the most stressed I was in my life trying to please two pregnant women. Because my oldest two are 3.5, 2.5 months apart.
Yeah.
And so now this baby's just born, and now I'm got two women in postpartum depression. I'm going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So push come to shove, in a sense, I'm building the case against myself to where I'm being non-committal to both of them.
Yeah.
Because if I'm gonna be committal to you, naturally you ain't gonna want me to give as much attention to my daughter. If I become committal to you, you ain't gonna want me to be as attentive to my son.
Hmm.
So I got to the fact to where I'm like, I ain't gonna commit to neither one of y'all. And then at that point, that's when my son's mother, we went through IBS, but we was able to still go to the courthouse and like get child support started. My
Okay.
daughter's mom, on the other hand, she took me to the courthouse and did a hit job.
Mm. Mm.
She did a hit job, seriously. And boy,
Boom.
like I said, I don't want to drag it on, but that's just the midst of the story of why I ended up on child support. I was a selfish guy moving the way I was moving.
Mm.
But so I asked a question. I asked a question to the whole panel, and I want a woman's perspective. And y'all are like the right women to ask. Y'all seem very mature. At what point? Because we're all human, we're natural. I know when y'all conceived with y'all babies' fathers and all that stuff, y'all had that point to where when y'all separated, y'all was vulnerable and it was kind of hard to get over your particular baby daddy at the time. So I asked the ladies this question: at what particular point do you kind of have that honest conversation with yourself and being like, I got to get my feelings out the co-parents?
Mm. Uh,
Mm.
Here's the thing.
There
I
you
Hmm.
guess
go.
it's not a specific time. It depends on the person. Like for me, individually, I'm all for being healthy and sound
Yes,
Okay.
for
ma'am.
myself and my kids. So I don't have energy or mental space or even honestly a lot of patience to deal with anything that's kind of toxic.
Hmm.
Especially if there's no understanding in a sense where a person does not want understanding. You get what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
um for me, I would say this. Um my child's father that went and put himself on child support. Oh man, we're not even gonna get deep into it, but it's a lot of narcissistic traits and
Mm.
control tactics and maneuvers I just can't do because I have to be in a place of soundness and I have to have a certain level of peace. I can't feed into that. Um, so I would just say this to it all depends on the woman and where she is and what she really wants. And a certain level of awareness and honesty. And again, some people deal with hurt differently. Some people, like just how you were saying about the mothers of your kids, one was like,
Hmm.
okay, well, we could just do this to assure that everything is running smoothly for not just your sub but for you and for her. That was the best thing for y'all came to agreement on it. But some people get hurt and the world just the sky is falling.
Mm.
It's we raging war on everybody so it just depends on the person. It
Mm.
depends on the person. uh yeah.
Yeah. To my
Yeah, so
what
I
you
I
feeling?
agree. I agree with Jessica
Yeah.
because with my situation, dealing with I know this person better than they know themselves.
Okay.
And you know, we weren't together at the time and he was in a whole nother relationship and
So you was the other woman?
baby, I don't know what the fuck I was.
Did you know
uh,
about did you did you know about the relationship?
Yeah, it was funny until it wasn't.
Mm.
Look.
It, it was fun and it was funny until it wasn't because with my situation, we were in a relationship and then we broke up, but in this breaking up, we was still dipping and dabbing, playing, but he over here starting a whole nother relationship with his ex-girlfriend before me. So it was like he playing he over here and I'm over here and I'm doing what I want to do and then when I want to take a seat I take a seat and then I go on by my business, because I'm looking at the fact that I ain't got to deal with it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I ain't got to deal with that now. The other woman got to deal with that. Now I'm free and I can do what I want to do. So yeah.
No, I feel it. I think John made a mistake and hung up. Let me see if it'll
John. Shoot.
I'm trying to
Hey,
see
you
if
know what I say
it'll
about him though? At least he honest. Like I never
Yeah.
heard a man that be that
oh,
honest
there you
about
go.
Yeah.
There you go. Nah, so look, listen. I feel like so let me get my pandering on real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Let me get my pandering on. Yeah. I feel like John asking for too much. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? If you created the baby out of emotions, which was love, lust, thinking I'm got me a man that we gonna marry, planning a future together. How you gonna then turn
Hmm.
around and tell me not to be emotional when it come to this? If all of this was made out of emotion, what
So
y'all think
that's
about
a
that?
great question. That's a great question. And so my thing about it was this: like in the midst of in the beginning, I held myself accountable in that aspect.
Okay, okay,
So and what don't get talked about enough sometimes. Some men find themselves like we can mentally trick ourselves in thinking if my baby mama's suffering, I need to be suffering. If they're
oh
with my children every day, if they're with my children every day, why am I trying to live my best life? So I had episodes like
yeah,
that. And so and like you can ask if you was in any real way, if you was ever have a episode with my baby mama, they'll tell you I've always held myself accountable for what I've done. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I was moving foul,
okay,
and I know I was playing with emotions and stuff like that. But my legit answer to what you said, even though I did that,
yeah,
my son and my daughter 7 years old, 7 years, you still holding on to that pain? 7 years?
yeah, yeah. I think we as men sometimes don't think about how bad we can hurt somebody. As a person that has hurt somebody, we might not
Hmm.
understand how much we hurt a person
Yeah.
because that woman might have really saw something in you, really thought you was that guy, thought you was gonna be with her through thick and thin. No telling about how her dad was to her or just the expectations that she had on her life. Like
Mm-hmm.
imagine a girl thinking that she not gonna be like her mom and have different baby daddies or well shit, she couldn't really say that because she already had a child. One of them couldn't say that. But
All right.
like it's so much mental like a man, we just out here having fun. But a woman,
Hmm.
she really got investments in what her future gonna look like when she need to have a baby, when she need to have a ring. Like all that shit really matter to them. And
Mm-hmm.
for this man to come along and give me good sex, take the rubber off, and then put this baby in me and I carry the baby and he there rubbing on my stomach. Now you gonna tell me he gonna do that with another woman? I'll be
Oh,
damned. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just how they feel.
can I
No,
And
ask?
absolutely. Go ahead.
So even like something he said, like you got people who have pre-existing stuff already,
yeah,
and then just hearing you speak, you seem very intelligent. You seem very, you might even be to us in a sense charismatic. Like, and then all of a sudden you just switch to like you
hit
just flip.
the
Like,
audible. He hit the
like
audible
hold
on.
up, sir. No, this ain't nah. Like what you mean? So even with that, and for oh Lord, okay. Uh I'm gonna just speak on this a little bit. The my child's father, the one who put himself on child
Hmm.
support, deals with a lot of like mental and emotional stuff, right? And some people you just honestly, if you had to evaluate them before you was with them, you shouldn't even. Some people you just don't. Mm-mm. Some things don't mix well. It's just no procreate. No, don't do that with
Hmm.
them in certain cases, right? Um, some people I know you said like you're in God now or something of that nature. Some people they just need healing. Some people will hold on to stuff till they die, like, and
Hmm.
there's nothing that we per se could do about other than pray for them and
Mm,
try to be loving and patient within boundaries and reason. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't do any arguing. I don't do that at all.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Argue. I don't. We could walk away from the situation and come back and talk about it, maybe. But the arguing for what? Especially if I can tell you do not want understanding. You want to be heard. You want control. Like that's weird to me. On the
Bingo.
surface level. On the surface level, that's weird. We just go, but yeah, some people will hold on to stuff and it runs deep, and especially if they have like pre-existing stuff already. Yeah.
Mm,
It's so funny you say that because I do honestly believe that because it got to that point to where I went through the spectrum. Jay, you can probably, second it. I went to the point where we fighting like cats and dogs. Like
Yeah.
I was emotionally abused. I emotionally abused. I said triggering things were said to me.
Yeah.
Fortunately, and we go back and forth in that way. But so to how she beautifully said it, what I'm saying? Some people want control, some people want this, some people want that. So I asked this question to her. So in a sense, am I wrong for trying to hold them accountable? Because in the midst of majority of our arguments, you want to throw in how you feel in a failed relationship to prove your points. I'm sticking with the fact of, okay, we're still parents today. What does co-parenting got to do with what we did 6, 7 years ago?
Mm.
Like, so now at the same time, it's like child support. See, it was one thing when I was on child support and I was struggling financially.
Mm.
But then again, because like I lie to you not. When I was first on child support with my oldest two, like my checks are like $200-300 every 2 weeks.
So
I'm selling I'm selling my Jordans.
yeah.
I'm barely eating sugar sandwiches in this mug. I'm struggling. I'm
Yeah.
struggling just to do what I'm supposed to do. But my mindset always was I created this situation.
Damn,
Mm-hmm.
there you go.
So
Accountability.
yeah, but my thing about it is me taking accountability is not good enough for my baby mamas.
Oh
But
no.
Taylor,
No, they not
yeah,
gonna
I'm
go for that
still I'm
shit.
still hurt. You may be still hurt, but at the same time, how you hit your heal time is not my heal time. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Your heal time is not my heal time. It's
So
like my thing about it is, oh, go ahead, Jeff.
nah, she not able to heal, bro. Every time she walk through Walmart with that child, she a single mother, bro. She
No,
that's it's
absolutely.
fucking her
But
up. You know what I'm saying? Like every day she wake
that,
up, it's a L. Like,
yeah, I get it. But
you
what I'm
know what I'm
saying is
saying?
though, how long can that be your excuse to live your life?
It
Mm.
it,
Like
it don't
I'm not the
go
only I'm
away
not the only guy.
until they
I'm
get
not your
married.
first love.
Until they get married, probably. Or or it's like I don't know, like, cause like up to this point, I've been trying to like make it balance so it don't seem like I'm just on.
One sided.
Yeah, but shit,
Yeah.
for me, I just gotta look at it like shit. She don't that's a L, bro. Like that's a walking L. Like having that child, and then they be like, "Where the daddy at?" That's a L. When she walk in the store and see a daddy, like, cause no matter how
Hmm.
no matter how much you do for her, you not doing for her. You only doing for the child. She wanted you. She had the baby
Yes,
for
that's true.
you. You know what I'm saying? It's not she didn't have a baby because she wanted to raise a child. She had a baby because she wanted to create something with you. So no matter what you do, it's not doing it in the perspective of what she thought she was gonna have when she had that child. So I don't think that's something that most people gonna get over.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's true. I 1,000% agree with that. And like I say again, as I not sitting there saying that y'all disagreeing with me, but as I stated earlier, I created 3 broken homes.
Yeah.
My whole particular mindset of the whole thing is like I got the mindset of now what? Okay, I made 3 broken homes. Got it.
Yeah.
I'm on child support. I'm paying child support every month. Got it. Why do y'all, and not saying y'all, but why do the personal feelings gotta bleed into the co-parenting? And that's the thing I have a problem with. It goes back to what
No, I
she
get what you're saying.
so nicely said. Some people want the control and all that other stuff. And my whole thing about it is why does why does how you feel bleed into and dictate when I come see my child? Why does how you feel bleed into how hands-on I can be with my children?
Can I
Because
say
You
something?
know,
let's
yeah,
go.
go ahead.
I feel like, and I know James kind of have some knowledge of my situation. Um,
Hmm.
my thing was even with my child's father, and there's a history as far as the mental and emotional health. And I think you said something earlier about the mask and what people present first, right? And then all of a sudden things change. It's like, oh, so you
Hmm.
crazy, crazy. Like, hold up, wait, I didn't
You
know none
feel
of
me?
this. Wait, like I've been hoodwinked. But like, um, I do feel like even pertaining to child support, there needs to be some type of emotional and mental screening and therapy, because people can be very manipulative and use any type
Yes.
of system to their advantage to inflict hurt or harm on somebody else. And then sometimes, really honestly, to me, I'm all about solutions. If there doesn't have to
Yes.
be a fight, like why are we fighting? That's so weird to me, and it's
Mm,
draining for no reason. We could literally just be peaceful and happy. But
Yes.
in my situation where my daughter's her father is very manipulative, there's other things going on, I still try to keep a certain level of respect, and not be disrespectful. But even that comes off, and even if you're intelligent, I feel like y'all will relate to this. When you're dealing with somebody who mad at you, oh man, it's like you being a butthole. And like
Oh
it's
man.
like you got a response to everything. Like, no, I'm really trying to be understanding. I'm trying to get you. But I had it got to a point where he tried to utilize, while I'm paying child support every month, I want to see my daughter, who is now 14 years old and does have a
Hmm.
sense of awareness and emotional intelligence. She doesn't feel comfortable with it. It's draining. I always come up in the conversation, and so our
Mm.
our only resolution was, I said, okay, I don't want him to think that I'm coaching her or poisoning her. So I used to try to have conversations with both of them, which was kind of a long shot because certain conversations kids shouldn't be a part of. But
Yes.
I felt at that moment the best thing that we could do is, if you want to proceed with a relationship with your daughter, there needs to be therapy sessions. Like, we have to sit down. We're going to have to
Hmm.
sit down and discuss and have conversations. And he will not agree to it.
Mm.
And that's
And
and of course I didn't want to say it, but I had to tell him, like, well, if you truly love your daughter, you're gonna have to. It's a sacrifice. Love is a
Hmm.
mm,
sacrifice sometimes. I'm not checking on you, and maybe that's part of the issue. I don't know. Some people are wrapped up in culture. Maybe he think I'm supposed to. I really honestly don't know. But the whole arguing and all this weird energy, you make your little slick comments and my daughter catching it, and she's still trying to
Hmm.
figure out why you don't like her mom. Like, that's weird. You get what I'm saying? And I didn't
yeah,
raise my kids like that.
yeah,
So now, you got culture, you got how most, I guess, the typical baby mama and baby daddy interact, and then you got someone, in a sense, like me. I don't give into that type of stuff. We try to understand people and things of that nature that could be irritating. So yeah, therapy and some mental health evaluations, yes, Jesus, need to be in play when dealing with
Yeah.
child support.
yeah. That should be in place when dealing with sex. But look, um, Tamaya, I want to hear from you. I got a question for you. I got a question. You playing the background, or you be playing it cool and smooth? Um, if
Yeah. Seeing that like,
if if a man only pays child support, should he be considered a deadbeat?
Mm.
it depends
Okay.
because I feel like a man that only paying child support by force, hell, motherfucking yeah, you a motherfucking deadbeat. The fuck.
Mm, okay.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Now, a father that's paying child support and he's not able to, like maybe you deployed or some shit.
Yeah.
Shots at the military.
Ah,
like that's beyond your control.
okay.
Of
But
course.
I feel like you a whole able body and you can, but you just choose not to. Yes.
Mm.
I mess with that answer. What about you, Jessica? If a man only pays child support, should he be considered a deadbeat?
No, because again, it depends on situation and circumstance. People go through stuff, and that's not an excuse. That's life. Like, that is life,
Hmm.
literally. So if this month you can't pay for whatever reason, okay, cool. Well, we'll just, we'll look forward to next month or whatever the situation is. um and and then again, it depends on a person's value. What is more valuable to a person?
Mm-hmm.
I like peace so much. Peace is wonderful. I would take peace
Yeah.
over money. So
Mhm.
even if it comes to a situation where some people need to stay away for a minute. Your mind, your heart and stuff ain't in the right place. You toxic right now. You need
Right.
to filter yourself. Maybe you need 3 months to just chill for a minute. And hey, that's good. Take the time you need to get yourself together. So it's based upon perspective too. So
What about you, John? How your standards go with that? Would you feel like you being a good father if you just only paid the child support?
Well, I feel like they'll try to turn you into a deadbeat sometimes,
Speak on it.
and
Yeah.
and so the thing about it is it's just like my only value to my children ain't just money,
Mm.
but in a sense that's what you're trying to turn it into. It was a situation too where um, it was a situation to where like I wanted to I wanted to surprise my daughter for getting honored at a particular football game, right? So
Okay.
I said, you know what? I'm talking to her mother, and I'm like, hey, I wanna go surprise. I want to surprise Elizabeth. Don't tell her I'm coming to Colorado. I'm gonna come for the weekend, see her get honored, take her and do her favorite things. Woo, 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 woo. You would think, you would think a normal person would be like, I appreciate you trying to make the effort to come celebrate your daughter.
Yeah.
Her immediate response was, well, what about money for daycare and child support? What? You know what I'm saying? It's just like you only so Taylor, don't make this all about you. Why you want to sit here and try to come surprise Lizzie? Let Lizzie have her moment. Why wouldn't I want to share a moment with my daughter?
mm,
You know what I'm saying? And so with particular conversations like that, I get this is why I turn it to the deadbeat, quote unquote, because it's like I'm not going to subject myself to this mental abuse.
Mm.
mm,
Just trying to maintain a relationship with my daughter.
Yeah.
It's
mhm,
unfortunate, but you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I can't if I make the broken homes, I can't change the rules of a broken home. I got to deal with the broken home. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm sorry, I'm way over here in Washington State, and then my children in a whole nother state. I can't sit here and run and try to run that household.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got that.
That shit out of
I,
yeah.
I can't run that household.
Yeah.
I hope and pray that their mothers would keep my children safe and do this, that, and the third.
Right.
But to my original point, it comes down to the simple fact you're trying to turn me into that deadbeat. Because I strongly believe if you really want me to be a father, and it goes back to what Ms. Jessica said, peace is better than money, and I'm
mhm,
ready and I'm ready to come with the peace. We did what we did. I got that, but that was years ago. What can we do to be great parents now? But again, you don't want to take on the mantle of being good co-parents. You want to take on the mantle of Taylor. You need to understand why I'm still hurt. Well, again, you heal on your time. I'm
Mm.
here. With you being upset and mad, what that's going to do for our children grow? It's not going to do nothing. Our children still going to grow.
Okay. Check this out.
Hmm?
Check this out. May ask how y'all this. I'm gonna take a detour. Cause I ain't asking them but like 3 questions. That's what's crazy. I got like 20 questions. I only done asked 3. Look, so for all of y'all, let's say you are working with somebody, right?
mhm.
And they tell a lie on you that causes you to have to get punished. How long does it take you to get over that?
Hold on,
Or
they allowing you to what?
they lie on you and it causes you to get punished. Like, how long does it take for you to forgive them? Do you forgive them, or are they like always a untrustful, lying person to you?
Man, they always untrustful, lying motherfucking mind.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah,
And I'm gonna move accordingly. I'm gonna be
Mm,
kind to you because that's what I'm supposed to do.
yeah,
But I'm watching you and I'm moving. I'm glad I know.
yeah. So,
mhm.
with that being said, Jan, we probably the ops, bro. We the
I
ops,
know,
bro.
right?
We lie. We gonna always be that lying dog ass nigga. So, bro, we the ops. That's just what it is. and you don't get to come around here and play super dad with my child and then dip on me and her. Like that's how they feeling, bro.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
how they
social media
feeling.
dad. And just like,
Yeah,
But
yeah.
see,
It's a
but
You get
but
to
it's a
be all
well,
cool. You ain't gotta deal with her daily when she upset, when she mad. Nah, you just come in here, let her do her favorite things, and you get all the praise.
take a picture and you go.
And you gone and you
I know,
already,
right?
so it's
Exactly.
like, you know what I'm saying? I think and what's crazy, bro, this like my first time ever thinking that shit out loud. It's just it's the podcast. It's maturing me. So I think but at the same time, that is not an excuse for you to fuck up a relationship with a child and a father. It's still that's not an excuse. But I'm starting to understand, like, damn, I was the ops. I was the op. Like I
Mhm.
did some fuck shit, bro. And how I can't put my logical mature thinking on her hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't ask her, cuz how would I feel if it was the other way around?
mm,
You know what I'm saying? How would I
But
feel?
but see
Um,
that goes back to the point I try to make to a certain extent. Like we have to take we have to take the personal. I'm a strong believer in taking the personal feelings out of co-parenting. You can't change the rules of co-parenting. Co-parenting takes two parents. Broken home or not, the rules don't change. You
yeah,
you have to care and you have to care and love that child.
you do.
So my thing about it is, if I'm some kind of safe threat, if I'm some kind of hindrance to the child, okay.
Mm,
But I'm sorry, it's not good enough for the super fact that I can't be super dad because of your feelings.
yeah,
mm,
Can't do that.
yeah,
It's like it's you can sing till your face turns blue. You can be like, oh my God, he was a dog, he was a hoe, he did this, he did that. Me, I'm still gonna look at this person. Okay, with all that being said, what does that have to do for y'all raising the child today?
yeah,
And it's just like it's like it's no, it's like granted. Oh, and again, I'm not woman bashing here, but Taylor, women are emotional. Women, like what's right is what's right. You can't put emotions in there.
exactly.
You cannot. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not perfect. We're all gonna make mistakes. We're gonna do this, this, that, and the third. But I'm just a strong believer in the simple fact, you interfering with my co-parenting because of something personal.
Mm,
It's
mm,
not because I'm a bad person. If you why I never seen my dad? Well, you never seen your dad because your dad was a hoe. How stupid do you sound? Well, how come
yeah.
how come I
Now,
can
in the grand scheme of things, that's insane. But it feel
that's what
right to
I'm
her
yeah.
at that moment because she hurt. It feel
What and
right
that's
to her.
that's the thing about it being so that's so it's like I'm a black and white type of guy.
Mm,
And one thing that I said myself to the simple fact, I allowed myself to dive into that mental abyss to where I'm getting killed trying to prove myself every day.
yeah,
mm,
I got to the point to where I told myself, and based on what Miss Jessica said, I'm going for peace. And my whole thing about it is, if you know the old saying, you may have won the battle, but you ain't won the war. Okay,
yeah,
if you're gonna pawn my kids now, you better be ready to have that conversation once they're fucked up.
mm,
Because once they come to me, and God forbid, but once they come to me fucked up, Dad, where were you all my life? Son, baby girl, are you ready to have this conversation? I'm going to be just as accountable to my children as I would on this podcast tonight. I'm gonna
right.
tell them the truth.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna hold back no punches. And granted, I'm saying again, kids are gonna gravitate to mom. Point blank period.
yeah, yeah,
Kids gonna gravitate to mama. Kids are gonna naturally love the mama. Men got to come through, provide and die. I mean, it sounds dark, but that's what I'm saying. Like our main goal is to provide all this stuff. We'll get socks and we'll get ties for holidays. They gonna take care of mama.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
do, I do feel like when it comes down to it, I think healing does have a lot to do with it. But
mhm,
I do feel like with my baby mamas, I do feel like once their life is in order, they'll stop fucking with me. I strongly believe that. Like I never rooted for my baby mamas to get boyfriends so bad.
But look, hey, I know exactly how you feel. I was like, bro, I hope
Man,
she meet somebody who look way better than me. That's just that
man,
dude. And she just be like, yeah. I'm glad you didn't be with me because I found someone so much better. But guess what,
I,
bro? It ain't work out like that. It seemed like she's I ain't even gonna do all that. Keep going, bro.
and
Yeah.
Jay, and, look, and Jay, that's what I'm saying. And she can come to me and be like, I'm so happy, woo, woo, woo. And immediately what I'm gonna say, I'm happy for you. Now, what can we do to better our child today? Simple. Your personal life is your personal life. What can we do to better our child today? Because, like I said, I went through that particular situation with my youngest son, mother. But then again, at the same time, I was paying child support for a while when I was up in the 2100s and stuff. But we was able to at least have a conversation. So we had a conversation to the simple fact is it was like, I understand you getting child support, but allow me to be hands on. And boy, I'm not gonna lie, she made sure I wasn't hands on. Every other weekend we trading off. And you know how
Mm.
sometimes you work a long day. Selfishly, I would want to go on that weekend. Oh, you getting your son this weekend? Bring him. Every time you hold me to that family to be a father, I'm going to be there. But at the same time, I can't. It's like I can't run through a brick wall if it ain't gonna break. I can't allow you to manipulate and gaslight me and do. I can't allow you to do that. You know what I'm saying? So and I know once I'm on my feet, as far as like once I'm at a good place, I may have to eventually go back to court, get split custody, because that's a whole nother conversation too. The system is rigged for the guys to fail.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Yeah, that's a question.
It's,
Check this out, Tamaya.
Mhm.
Okay. What up?
Should should the man still buy gifts and other things if he pays child support?
Mhm.
If he can, why not? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make sure my baby got everything she need. And when I buy me, most of the time when I buy me something, I buy her something.
Okay.
Why not? If you can afford it.
If he can afford it. If he can't afford it, you cool with just the child support.
Yeah, cause you can get her other stuff like time. I feel like time more valuable than money anyway.
Where
Mm-hmm.
has these women been all my life, boy?
I that
Because
that's I
that
think
baby
think it's
gonna
easy to say.
remember everything you being there.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
they gonna remember you being there. And they ain't gonna care about no money. They ain't gonna care about no clothes. They ain't gonna care about no shoes. They
All
gonna
right.
want your time. Well, I
That's
can
Okay.
say that for myself.
So you'll give him all the time he want.
Huh?
Which you'll give him all the time he want with his daughter.
Yep. If he being a good father.
Yeah,
Mm,
if he's safe.
If I trust him,
key
cause
thing and that's where the control come in. Then it's like the woman start making her own judgments of what he gotta be in order to see his child that he has something with creating.
well, cause I would say, because my job too is to protect my child.
mm.
But see, it's our child.
Yeah, it is our child, but if you
Mm.
are not, if I don't feel like my baby is safe, she can't go with you.
What if he feel like that baby ain't safe with you? Then what?
Prove it.
So
I
you
like.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It goes into prove it. Like you can say prove it, but if I come and accuse you of being a bad mother, I'm wrong. And I don't know what I'm
Hmm.
talking about. And
Prove
I'm
it. Actions speak louder than
so
words.
prove
Show
it
me.
to prove it to.
Prove it to me. Prove it to whoever you trying to convince that I'm not a good mother. Like I need
Mm.
you. Give me. I'm gonna need some evidence.
But
Give me some
I
scenarios or
don't believe
something.
you would take it. And but it's like he gotta prove to you and stay in your good graces for him to see his child. Like I feel like that's like a given. And it's like I ain't saying you wrong or right.
Yeah.
To me it feel wrong, but I don't know how I feel to be a woman with a child and a man ain't in the home. So
Well, I'm gonna say for my well, it could be for a boy or a girl
okay.
because shoot, baby, that's all I got to say the least.
Cause it's like that's where it started. It started, a woman gonna already feel like she has more rights and privilege to the child because she gonna say, I carried that child for 9 months. I
Mm-hmm.
fed that child. I did this for that child. So then it turns into, if I don't approve, it can easily switch into you piss me off. So right now you're not a good father because I'm pissed off with you. Like
Well,
that's how easily it
it
go.
depends on the woman. It depends on the
Yeah,
woman.
absolutely, absolutely.
I don't think I'm gonna say it do, but I feel like that's so I 8 out of 10, bro. 8 out of 10. I would just say 8 out of 10. Like cause I'm severely convinced that if you hurt a woman,
Yep.
it's up. Like it until she get over that, you finna suffer. Like I don't
But you
believe
know,
that.
All women
but
ain't the
I
same,
do.
just like all men ain't the same.
I
That's true. But
I don't
I do
know.
give
I
women
don't
that
know.
window.
I don't know.
You can't give women that window to grieve how they grieve. I get that. Like again, I hate the excuse, but I understand. They say women are emotional. I got it. You may have that little episode to where, excuse my language, ladies, but you may have an episode where she's a little bitchy, attitude all the time, barely want to talk, and easily get an argument and stuff like that. Woo, woo, woo. You can have that moment, but then again, you can't continue to be that way 6, 7 months down the line.
But
We
she
Well,
is
eventually got to
though.
we
She is.
but that's what I'm saying. Though, but again, but you're gonna have to heal on your time.
That's it.
It's
Um,
like at the same time, it's like we still are co-parents.
it's
Yes, I made a baby with this particular woman, and I hate her to death.
yeah.
That still don't take away the rules of what we have to do to make sure we upbring a child in the world.
But
I'm an open type of guy. I've seen guys, get pissed and argue for holidays and stuff like that. I want
yeah.
time with my children, this, that, and the third. I can be the summer dad and be cool because nowadays we can FaceTime, we can do this. It's not the same, but then again, it's little moments to where you can be able to talk to your child, this, that, and the third. I can't even do that crap without an attitude. I'm like, come on, y'all. It's like y'all at least got to give me something.
I think
I
the
listen.
reason I think it exists because of trauma. Like a man is a lot of men are told to just get over trauma, bro. You gotta be strong and push
Mm-hmm.
through.
Oh, that's a fact.
But
Yep.
women are more like I'm gonna own my trauma and so what? I was mad. And what? Like it's a different approach. So it's like
Mhm.
she gonna cling on to that trauma. And if you know about trauma, every time even if she didn't appear to get over it, if she not having processed what really happened, every time she get that thought or itch is fuck you again. Cause you hurt me.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know what I'm saying? So it's like versus us, we told to get out your feelings, you acting like a you get what I'm saying? And so it's like we understand we like, well, why you just can't care about the child? Stop caring about me and you care about the child. But for
Hmm.
her, it's hard to separate that to me from what I done seen. It's hard for her to separate that because it's trauma to and the way we are told the man up, woman and up is a different thing to
Mm.
me. To me,
Hmm.
from what I done
Yeah,
seen.
you do have to give them that grace to heal, but at the same time, it's like your healing, your hurt, you know, if you start being hurt on purpose, then you weaponizing your emotions. You
But
get
Mm.
to be
I
you can be emotional, but you weaponize
that's natural for a woman though, because when you argue with a woman, now I ain't trying to
it. Hmm.
generalize. I ain't trying to get murdered out here for saying this. But to
Oh
me,
boy, you know
when
they
you
watching.
argue with a woman, she automatically gonna hit below the belt. Like you have to train yourself not to get pissed off at the crazy shit she gonna say to you when she get mad. Like you have to train
For
yourself
sure.
not to even go there with her. Cause she'll say the craziest shit. You'll be like, why would you
Oh.
even say that to me? Like, what you mean? Like, but that's where they go.
Hmm.
And you have to learn how to like, okay, she just saying it because she mad. She don't even really mean it. But she gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? But we not like that. We don't, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. It's like a different, it's just we program different when it
Oh.
comes to certain things. To me, what I done seen, my
You
experience.
said something then we said we're programmed. So this everything as far as even the relationship with like the mothers, the fathers not being in the household, we ain't gonna get deep into it.
Yeah,
But it's
Hmm.
something that has been in rotation for a minute.
yeah.
Um oh man, it's something that's been in rotation for a minute. But
Yeah, and broken homes is real.
Right. So even because even as John, the more you speak, I keep hearing like, okay, but at one point do it end. Like, can we not can we
Hmm.
graduate? Like, can we
Absolutely.
like how do we break this cycle? Like, because I'm tired, it's draining, right? And that's where it becomes a thing where it's like, okay, I can't change other people, but what can I do to make this situation better? And peace doesn't always mean compromise.
Mm.
Peace doesn't mean shut up when you
Yeah.
really need to say something. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes the conversations can only happen in certain spaces and places where people are held accountable, where there's somebody who know the signs and symptoms of mental health,
Yeah.
bipolar, or
Yeah.
like, because then we ain't even gonna get into that, but people be
Mhm.
dealing with all kinds of stuff
Yeah.
that they really they broken in a sense. And again, any some people can experience certain things where it don't affect them in that way, but some people, and depending on who you are and how you are, they could probably deal with anybody else hurting them, but when you did it, oh, you became a target. Like when they look at you, she all she probably see is red.
Yeah.
All she
Hmm.
see is red. When you speak, it irritate her. When
Yeah.
you breathe, she get mad. And that's
Hmm.
and it's actually that way with me and my daughter's her father. I I breathe, he get mad. I be nice, he get mad. I don't say nothing, he get mad. Like, sir, like in his mind, he probably won't vocalize it, but his because you say to yourself, because you can't necessarily ask them directly because it's gonna be an argument. Like, what would it take for you to get over that? What would it take for you to heal? Or probably for you to be hurt. Like
Mm.
that's some people form of justice. They want you hurt. They want you hurt. They want you to suffer and all this other weird stuff, whether they have a reason or not, you know.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
that's
Absolutely.
why, in a nutshell, man, look, mental health and emotional health and all this other stuff does have to be implemented with child support because it's weaponized. It's weaponized against
Yes.
Mm.
man majority of the time, but now it's being weaponized against mothers to now where if you are a single mother, um, you're the issue. Like you did something. Or you didn't know he was crazy beforehand. Like, no, I promise I didn't. Like I didn't. If I would have
Mm.
known, I wouldn't have did it. Like, but
Hmm.
look, yeah.
Okay. So Maya,
I'm here.
let's go. Let's go. Okay, check this out. If the father had custody of the child, would you be comfortable with paying child support?
Yeah, why not?
So if he said, you know what, fuck that, you put me on child support, we finna do custody, and he end up with primary custody right now, you'll be cool with paying child support.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Okay. Hey, we gotta go with
She
what you
mine.
say.
That's my child. You know.
Mm. Mm.
And
And you would be okay if he was like, you gotta show me that it's safe for her to come back with you. Mm.
nah.
Mm.
If that's look, so is
Mm.
is that the reason why he has primary care? Because
I don't know.
yeah, it just depends. Like he might, because if he got primary care, some went wrong somewhere.
Mm.
Mm. Okay. So you'll take that. You'll be like, okay, shit, he got it. I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
Yeah,
Okay.
accountability.
And
Depending on the situation.
and when you go to booming in life, like say right now you making, say you level up and now you making about 20,000 more, and he be like, well, I'm gonna take your ass back to court to get some more money. How you feeling?
Well, it depends. What am I? What depends on what I got going on. Like,
Mm-hmm.
am I not active? Like, am I
The
not
the child
physically
support,
there?
the child support act though.
Besides the child support? Nah, like what else am I doing? Is this all I'm doing?
Okay. It sound
Do
cool.
do
It
what
sound cool, don't it?
what else, what else my baby need? Like
So what if you
what's
doing it?
the
What if you buying the J's? You buying the school clothes and they still take your ass right back to court and be like, hey, I heard you
I
making
need
more
more
money.
money.
I need more.
okay, well,
You gonna
if
take that on the chin?
see
Mhm.
when we go to court, when we
Don't incriminate yourself. Don't incriminate yourself.
when we go to court, we gotta break it on down. Yeah,
They
we
ain't
gonna have to
they ain't trying to hear that shit. The judge like, hey, how much you make? Bet. Let me sign this.
man, at the end of the day, they're my child.
Okay.
That's how I feel about that.
Bet.
Now, what you doing? I'm gonna want to know at that point. I'm want to know what you doing with the money. Is it all going to my
Mm.
child, or is it going
Mm.
to you to get you
Mm.
something to eat and your
Look,
car
look,
note?
look,
And
look, 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 that baby ride in my car. So therefore, if I need to put this child support on that car, it ain't your business because that baby in that car.
It was the part where you said it ain't your business that will have been provoking.
yeah,
That
yeah,
baby,
you
that
kind of
baby in that car.
you
That
kind of
baby in
rub me the
that
wrong
car.
way a little bit, cause you got me.
It ain't your business. It
Tell
is.
myself
I
ain't my
got that
business. It is
child.
my business. That's
I
my
got
money.
I got that
That's my
child every
money
day
though.
though. I got that child every day. You ain't here when that
Yeah.
child crying.
So.
He
Am I there, am I not there because I choose not to be, or am I not there like we gotta yeah.
well that's it crazy how you would turn into a nigga that fast. That's crazy, right, John?
I boy, I tell you, boy. I tell you.
Transformation in that moment. You'll be like, what?
But I see in the sense of how you put that though. It's just like, but that's usually the everyday process for fathers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh my goodness. Oh, I hear you making more money. I'm finna go get more. And like I said it myself. And I always tell myself like, in a sense, I know like my baby mama's gonna go back to court. I know because the thing about it is, because I already told myself, if you do, I'm coming back. Not only I'm gonna claim for my kids, but on top of that, I'm getting split custody on top.
Mm.
And I do feel like they do not want to lose control in that matter. They do not.
Man, gonna flip out
Yeah,
on
because
you.
I feel like it. Cause yeah, it's gonna be more. You're gonna be more risk of getting lesser child support, and then at the fact you're gonna have to accommodate to what the bylaws say about me getting split custody.
Mm.
But
You know what I'm
that's gonna
saying?
put you in a predicament too, though. If you're not in the same state, they gonna be like they could violate you for not being 50-50 for real.
Yeah, for sure. But well, that's the thing. But that goes to when you're making the way doing this, shit, that, and the third.
Yeah.
But I just strongly believe it's just like, and it goes back to what Ms. Jessica said. It's like I guess I'm still at the point to where they can just get mad that I'm be nice. They can be mad if I cuss them out. They can be mad to stand the third. It's like, yo, eventually, once we graduate to a place of peace, and once we graduate to a place of peace, it's like, dude, y'all gonna realize that I've been this same dude, emotional and not emotional.
Mm.
Less coping and less tattooing. Unfortunately, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting on that day we can graduate. I do
Man,
I do struggle to believe I'll get to that point one day.
I'm
But
throwing a
man,
party.
they're taking a long time to heal, boy.
I'm gonna throw a party. I'm gonna be petty and throw a party. We throwing a party.
Man, I'm telling you.
I'm
I'm gonna
being
walk across,
petty
I'm gonna
as
walk across
hell.
the stage with my kids, man.
I ain't gonna never forget the trauma I felt from child support, but that shit
Man.
cut me deep. But I understand though what I did. I was a dog ass dude, and I made my bed, so I'm laying in it. And I don't get on social media and down my baby mama. I don't do none of that. I just take it on the chin. She know how I feel. This the most I done spoke on it. But I mean, we cool now. I ain't gonna put it out there like we just beefing right now. We cool, but I'm scarred though. It's
Hmm.
like that's the biggest L for me wanting to be a father. And I feel like you robbed me of that in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like you robbed me, and you it if I get rich, bro, it's up. You know what I'm saying? and but it's all good. But just know I ain't gonna never forget what you did, and like you never forgot what how I did you. I ain't gonna forget how you did me. So it is what it is. When I start being petty after everything over with, don't feel away. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel away. I suffered. I cried. I felt like a deadbeat dad. I did all I could, and it still wasn't enough. I apologize a million times. You know, I get it. And you hurt. I get it. But you know, it is what it is. I got other kids that I am there with every day, and then it's like I don't think they understand the hole that it put in your heart because you do want to have more influence over that child that's not in your household. But at the same time, you made it, so you got to deal with it. So at the same time, I'm still gonna be. I'm gonna fall back into my program as okay, fuck it. I gotta take accountability because I made it. You get what I'm saying? Like I still gotta take that L, and it just is what it is. My daughter knows I love her, and even though I'm paying child support, I still give her money when she asks me for money. Still buy her shoes, and it is what it is. But next question is for Tamaya. Do let me see which one I want to ask. Which one I want to ask? Hmm. D- Damn. You know what? I feel like we done covered so much. Hmm. How
So
much?
I do have this
Oh
one.
my bad.
Oh my bad.
Okay, go ahead and go.
So I do have this one question. Is are we are men considered deadbeats if they choose their mental health and not deal with the stuff that comes with a unhealed baby mama? Are we deadbeats for choosing mental health? That's a serious question. I probably sound it sounds like I need help, but it's just like I honestly want to know that. It's like that don't get talked about enough. You know what I'm saying? Because again, within like the broken home, and again, some men, you got to take accountability for what you did, but at the same time, some men get broken too. We go through those episodes of
Yeah.
like I hate saying the D word, but you go through those episodes like that to where you're a little down and stuff like that. And it's just a simple fact. In order to get your peace back, you would just choose to be like, you know what, I'm cutting all that off. Like
Yeah.
I'll talk to you when you're ready to talk.
For me, you not a deadbeat because for me, it get to the point somebody might die in this month, and you know what I'm saying.
Mm,
I'ma just let it go. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody might die. Somebody might really get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because you go there about your child. You know what? Especially if she got like another dude, she like finagling, and you know what I'm saying. He don't know what's going on. She just telling him whatever, and he got the audacity to even feel like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody
mm.
might die. So I'm gonna just step away, bro, before I be doing life for, you know what I'm saying, wilding out. So that's my answer. What about y'all? What about y'all?
I know for me right now, I'm considered a bitter baby mama because I
Mm,
want to do therapy and I choose not to do the extra stuff. But
Hmm.
I don't. People people can say what they want. You just gotta let people say if that makes you feel better. If that's what you want to believe, then kudos. But I don't have to necessarily receive that because I know the truth. So I mean,
yeah.
if that what makes you feel better, then go ahead. But like right now, I'm considered to be a bitter baby mama because I believe my kids' mental and emotional health is worth more than however much people was paying a month for child support. And I'm gonna be honest, not just for my kid, but for me too. So if I'm
Yeah.
around here on the phone with you for 2 hours because you mad, that's crazy. You know what I could have been doing in 2 hours?
Yeah.
You know what else I could have been thinking about?
Yeah.
Like, and all of that affects your child. Like my main thing is I want my kids to grow up with how do I say this? Just to be a stable person. They ain't got to be all extravagant, but at least know how to maintain their emotions, be aware of themselves and those around them, know how to create boundaries when it's needed. But if I'm around here, not in my right mindset and spirit, and I'm just letting you just put me through the ringer emotionally, That's for one, that's not love, that's not peace, that's not me loving me, that's not even me loving you, because I'm sitting back letting you just know we're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
So but if I gotta be a bitter baby mama, or you want to, I guess man gotta be considered a deadbeat, then let people think what they think. You get what I'm
Mm.
saying? But you have to
Bingo.
do what's best
Bingo.
and just trust God or the process that eventually the truth gonna be revealed. And if
Mm-hmm.
people still holding on to stuff, they gonna get caught with it in their hand. You get what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
yeah,
And it's one of those things too, because it's like if you think your kids ain't watching or peeping their energy, okay.
Yeah, they paying
And like I said,
attention because I
oh
oh
we
my, yes, yes they are. And I already know if any of my kids got my DNA in them, I talked a lot when I was young. My children are going to talk. They're very opinionated. I
mm-hmm.
know it's
Yeah.
coming. And like I said, I will hope you're really ready for that conversation because I will be.
Right.
I
Right.
won't just I won't disrespect your mother, but I'm not gonna lie about how she moved on you as a kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Cause you
it.
deserve to know the truth.
Yes,
You
It.
deserve to know the truth, and shit, she ain't gonna tell her. Well,
and that's the
in
thing
that
about it.
part,
You
and
you get to,
from my point of view.
and kids are impressionable now. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It's a whole different day and age when they understand their feelings and emotions and their trauma when they get older and they figure
Mhm.
out you did that. That's gonna be a whole different ballgame.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be a
Like
different.
because oh man.
And they ain't gonna be able to do nothing with them at that point, because even just referring to my 14-year-old, my daughter, she very aware, she asks
Hmm.
questions. So
Yeah.
she was like, so dad, I noticed when I mentioned my mom, you had a little crazy look, like what is that, like you okay?
Hmm.
And you can't lie, because like nah, but I feel like it is something that you got on your chest and maybe we need to talk about, but a lot of people aren't used to having quote unquote healthy communication. They're not used to that. So it's and I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but a lot of people deal
Hmm.
with certain levels of like narcissistic type stuff, to where now it
Hmm.
becomes the thing where, oh well, now this child is being disrespectful. No, she not. She just asked you
Mm.
what was, and now you deflecting real bad. Now you making her feel like she wrong for
Hmm.
feeling or picking up on your mess.
Yeah.
But stuff tends to have its way of working itself out, and sometimes that's all you can hold on to. But I can't, and we can't, in a sense, want things to work out so bad to where now we're allowing ourselves to be drained and killed in a
Hmm.
sense. I
Yep,
can't.
that's all it is. You're killing yourself.
That's it. Slowly
Mm.
getting chipped away at. We can't do that,
Yeah.
especially. I'm gonna say this to be quiet. Especially even with, and it's done more towards black men. Black men, in a sense, in society and in culture, does not in the, they wanted to, I guess, how do I say this? Give me the word. Distort your value in a sense to make you feel less than. Um, yeah, we're not gonna get into that. But yeah, you just can't. You have to know your value as the man. Even though society in this world has done this number,
Yeah.
you just have to know and stand on that. Don't compromise. Stand on it. So yeah.
And
So
that's one of the things that not to cut you off there, but
nah,
that's
you
one of
good.
the things that's one of the things I you know if you allow yourself to put too much energy into some things, you'll burn too, you can really burn yourself out.
Yeah.
But that's exactly where I stand. It's like it's like I can't allow myself to go down that rabbit hole when you're just still choosing to act this way.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, but it's like my children know who I am. Except for my youngest daughter. You know what I'm saying? But my first three know who I am. So now it's the fact of where like I seen the meme a while back and I had shared it. I said they said a child's energy will never lie. And as long as my children can come around me and go get energy, that's gonna be the big. But
Yeah.
I am getting to that point to where they get old enough to where the mother won't be the middleman. That's when I'm gonna flourish the most, I
Yeah.
honestly believe.
That's. I feel like
Once
that's
they
when
get
we
their
get the
cell
wins
phone,
more. Yeah.
just like how Miss Jessica said, like she's allowing her daughter to engage in that relationship. Once I get that opportunity with my kids where the middleman is gone, oh, I'm gone, man. I'm out of here. Because then at that point, y'all can have your own interpretation of your father.
Yeah.
It's not you'll never get an accurate depiction. You'll never get an accurate description of me through a I don't want to say bitter, but through a hurt woman. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And it's just like and and that's the main thing with my two daughters. I like that's gonna be, more or less for the simple fact of like they can be, hurt by it the most. They can develop daddy issues and like that come and I ain't trying to get too deep, but then they little issues and trauma can have them devaluing themselves, not having that father figure around.
Mm.
So it's just kinda like I just want to just to get to that point. Let's graduate.
Bet.
Like we gotta take ourselves out the equation. We did what we did, and quite honestly, nothing is never a mistake. Everything is all God's plan. You was gonna make that child with that woman, and man, that person y'all was supposed to do that. But that's just on a deep religious level. I ain't gonna get too deep, but it's just like, you know,
Bet. So Maya,
Sure.
um, what what do you think? What are some things that you feel like personally that child support shouldn't be used for?
mm,
Uh, this nigga paying his motherfucking car note. I don't give a fuck if my motherfucking child.
He's stuck on that one. So the car note is not cool.
No, cause that's your shit. That ain't my baby shit,
But
and I don't give a damn if.
what if it break down? Then who gonna take your child to school?
Well, you gotta figure that out.
Mm.
Hmm.
we still
I'll take.
adults.
I'll take.
What if you in a
I'm just
different
playing.
state though?
I'm
You
just
know.
playing. I'm just playing.
Mhm.
I'm just playing. Um, I just anything dealing with my child, cause alright, so you ain't finna use my motherfucking baby money to buy no bitch no motherfucking food to eat. I don't give a fuck if my baby finna eat a piece too.
What if it's a family
Yeah.
meal? What if it's just a family meal? You know, so everybody get taken.
Mr. Meyer done been through some shit, man.
I ain't say you can't buy no
She
food.
she she done
That's
seen
deep.
some shit, man.
That's deep. That's
I'm
deep.
so tickled,
I ain't
but
even
I'm
think
dead ass
about
serious
going
though.
that way. Okay. So food for somebody else.
Yeah. It, anything dealing with somebody else, it's a no for me.
Okay. So they can spend it on like they self, like they bills and stuff. But once it go
Yeah,
towards
because my
like,
baby need water. She need lights. She need internet or whatever she gonna need. Yeah, even though that's something that y'all share, that's something that's a necessity. That's necessary.
mm,
But
okay.
Mr. Meyer, I will say this though.
Hmm?
Bills bills should take a back seat, well, to the child first, and I just really just feel like take care of the child first, then your own personal things if it's extra. That's how I see it. I say
Yeah,
let
I
the
agree.
yeah, take care of the child first.
But
Yeah.
I agree. But shoot, you might be short on the light bill, and then you
Mhm.
gotta use some of my baby money for that,
Mm,
cause she still need lights.
facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Dang, I want to stay here, but I'm gonna move on and come back to this. I'm gonna add a second part to this question. So, Jessica, what do you feel? Do you feel like there's something off limits that shouldn't be used for child support?
You better not. Oh, never mind. That one. Nah.
uh,
Man.
of course, like it should be certain things should be off limits. Like you can't be out here buying wine
I
and
sure finna say no alcohol. You got me.
or recreational type stuff. Like
Yeah.
um, but like certain stuff sis was saying, like sometimes you might have to pay a little bit on the light bill, like the baby need lights, like
Yeah.
and of course you can't be out here spending it on nobody else. That's disrespectful. um so yeah, it has to be spent on things that's necessary within the house.
Mm.
whether it's clothes, food, maybe on a bill, or some are even going to buy the kids McDonald's. They like chicken nuggets. Like, you can do that. But when it goes outside the house and it's stuff like you want to go out, so you went and bought you some shoes, like that's not what that's for. Stay home. Stay home.
Mm.
If you got to do all that, no, you could have bought that baby some shoes. You get what I'm saying? So yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna skip you, Jen, because I'm gonna let you answer both of these and like, cause I
For
feel
sure.
like it's gonna be cool. Uh, Tamaya. Okay. Now let's go back to an alternate reality and say you paying child support, right?
Mhm.
Does the way you look at what you pay change if that person you paying child support to has a spouse?
No. As long as it's for my child, no.
So if they both come up short on the rent and be like, man, I gotta do this, or you just kind of figure it out, like you not gonna, it's you still cool with that, and it's two people in the household.
I'm paying child support and they have a spouse.
Yeah.
Well, I feel look, my baby over there now.
Okay.
And I'm sure the spouse probably, playing a part too, picking
Yeah.
up where the father can't. So and hopefully if I ever was to be in that situation, we all would have a great relationship so we wouldn't have to, you know, deal with
Hmm.
yeah, some little yeah, that.
And okay, then I'm gonna add another flip to it. Let's say you dating a man that's paying child support, and he a good father. You know he a good father, but you know she short on the bills, and she feel like she gonna ask, can he help her out with the bills? And it's another dude in the house. How you
I'm
You
sorry.
got me
feeling?
so messed
Mm.
up. I got a problem with that because what that I got a problem with that.
I feel like you were watching your mouth. Like I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say it that way. But yeah. Oh.
So that ain't you ain't rocking with that one.
No. Because what you got somebody over there for and they ain't
Mhm.
you need to get rid of them then.
Mm,
Mhm.
there you go. There you go. Shout out to all the baby mamas with that dude, and you know what I'm saying. Shout out.
Baby, you
You
got
know
you a
what I'm
leech, baby.
saying. Shout out. So okay, Jessica, back Saints for you. What? Dang, I forgot the first part of the question. Yeah. So say you paying child support, and that person that you paying child support to come up a little short. You cool with that child support being used on bills and other miscellaneous things?
Yeah, if they're a good parent and they doing what they need to do, my baby is benefiting and being taken care of over there, then yeah, do what you need to do.
Hmm. Okay. And then the marriage part. If they got a spouse or a person with them, do you feel like that should change the way child support being given out, or should it stay the same?
It depends on the dynamic of their relationship. Just kind of how like y'all was saying, like now if they got them a leash, that no, you need to hold them accountable. If we a team, everybody needs to carry their weight. They nah, they getting by. They living off of
Hmm.
me. So now you need to put that in check. And even to a certain extent, I feel like I shouldn't even have to say nothing about that. You need to check that.
Hmm.
Cause nah, we're not gonna do that. No.
What if what? Okay, check this out. Take all this in your mental note, Jen. Take all this in
Okay.
mental note, cause I want you to come in with it. So, okay, check this out. Okay, not only is there another person living in the house with them and they're married, but now that person is more of a mother to that child than you, and they telling them to call them mama.
Mm.
How you rocking?
Again,
How you rocking?
again, it depends on the dynamic of the relationship and the intent. You could tell with somebody being devious or messy. or they, and then it's communication too. Like, and I know a lot of people don't really know how to take people addressing a thing, but sometimes you just may have to say, hey, I'm not being catty or like mean to you, but I kind of feel like you overstepping your boundaries a little bit.
Who you saying that
Even
to? Who you gonna say that to
either
the daddy
to
or the
the
mom?
other, the stepmama,
But
because
but
evidently we
but
need to
the
have
daddy
like,
telling her to do it. The daddy like call her mama.
well, we all need to have a three-way conversation, and I need to look everybody in their face as we talk, because
You
I
ain't
need to
Hmm.
make sure
you ain't want to be with me though. So
they ain't
hey,
got nothing to do with nothing. They ain't got nothing to do with
he
nothing,
ain't want to
sir.
be with me. He here every day. She here every day. My bad. Look at me.
That sound
He
like them
here every
feelings
day.
and emotions that my brother John was talking about. They ain't got nothing to do with what we talk about.
Hmm.
That sound like unnecessary feelings and emotions. That's personal, or
Mm.
maybe you should have been brought up a long time ago.
She
But
all on the family pictures with the solo pictures with her and the mama.
that's
that's
lovely.
the that's the
That's
that's the
lovely.
Facebook profile. You feel me?
Cute. That's cute.
But that's cute. But look, that's fine.
Yeah,
But it still needs to be, we have to be aware of each other,
yeah.
and to make sure we're not, in a sense, being disrespectful or
Mm,
overstepping boundaries.
mm,
So yeah.
mm.
Absolutely.
You hear how logical like people can sound when you ask them questions, right, John? You hear that
Yeah,
shit?
until they put that
Hmm.
shoe on and
Man,
be
and we gotta deal with this shit without killing somebody, bro. Like I be
Yeah.
plotting out like how can I get this motherfucker whack, bro? And I gotta be like, dang, I ain't living like that. I need to chill. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
but
Yep.
to the like, it's easy to okay when I think about it, yeah. But in the situation, I see that shit happen a lot. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot. What you got to say about that, man?
Mm.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, man. Y'all preaching today. Like, but you know what I'm saying? I promise. It's like this is you have to forgive it. This is the first time I'm hearing two logical women.
Mm-hmm.
Cause boy, all I hear is, oh, it's emotional and blah blah blah. I'm like, man. I said I be trying to tell my children's mother all the time, like, y'all, it's like I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I'm the most logical damn near. I'm always gonna choose logic before anything. And
Mm,
it's just like I understand I may be a piece of shit and all this stuff to you. You may have your own premeditated, description of me, but it's like, man, we're still parents at the end of the day. You at least gotta allow me to be a willing father.
mm.
Ain't no point in like ain't no point in sitting there trying to devalue the father over your personal feelings. That again, that's like trauma and that's some,
I have a
unhealed
quick
feelings and stuff
question.
like that.
Oh, who said, who tried to jump in? Who got that? What's up?
It's Jessica. I got a question for John. Like, have you ever asked her, like, and maybe you might not get the answer you are seeking, but maybe it could cause her to think. Maybe you should ask her, like, what can you do to
Oh, that's a dangerous question, Miss Jessica.
What can I do? Is crazy. Like that's insane.
Yeah,
You lost.
as
yeah,
You
far as
lost
the
right there.
emotion
You.
part, like, like, it seems
yeah.
as if, and she probably might get offended because I know some people don't like it when they feel like you kind of, I guess, psychoanalyzing them. Like, what can I do to help you move on or move past this anger or hurt you got going on?
She gonna
You
be
might get
like,
cussed out, but you
yeah.
might
She ain't
still
even
need to
Yeah.
gonna
just ask that
respond.
question.
She ain't even gonna
Yeah,
respond.
that's just gonna be left on red right
You
there.
know, she ain't even. Hey, all I mean, it's think about how men be feeling when we trying to figure out how to say shit. Like we already admitted we was wrong.
Hmm.
Then
Hmm.
it's like, damn, like like it's just but at the end of the day, even when we know we wrong and we did right and we still want to be in that child's life, we'll still take the L of being a deadbeat dad. Like we'll just default to it because it's like you finna make me crash out.
Hmm.
You finna make me crash out. I'm over here about to damn the stress out, blood pressure high, all this crazy shit. I can't even have a good day because I'm making myself suffer because now I'm starting to believe I'm a bad father. Now I'm
Yep,
starting to
bingo.
believe that shit. And it's like, fuck it, I'm gonna just give you what you want. Fuck it. I'll just remove
Yeah.
myself from the situation. And it's like, and that hurt. You know, like that killed me when I tried to do it. You know, they killed me. Like it just killed me on the inside. But it's like no matter how much pain you feel, she feel like you deserve it because you hurt her. So that's how I'm looking at it.
Mhm.
Like you hurt me, so you deserve that shit, motherfucker. Like fuck you. Like, and it just
Yeah, that's true.
it,
That is true because like they don't get spoke about it enough, man. It don't get spoke about enough to what a simple fact. It's like fathers have really come down on themselves, man. Like will literally come down, like really stress themselves out, be in a state of depression, all the other stuff, mental health and all out of whack because man, like they can really guilt themselves to sleep, man. I really had to get out. I really had to get out that episode early in these stages, man, because I wasn't in a good place, man. I think I'm one of the most confident people in the world. I'm starting to question my own little value a little bit. I had to break that cycle so bad, and it was hard to get out of it too. It was hard, but at the same time, it's just like, and it goes back to what Miss Jessica said. If I'm gonna come through in peace, I'm not wrong, man, and I'm not gonna feel like I'm wrong because I wanna do stuff in peace.
yeah, yeah. Um, Samaya.
What's up?
When it get quiet, you already know what I'm finna say. Samaya. So,
Hmm.
uh, so you kind of new to this child support thing. You know, you in this realm of I'm finna put him on child support, and you said you kind of said that you did it because like he kind of said, what if I don't be there and this and that. What do you like? What do you foresee with this man? Do you think that like are y'all already on bad terms and it's finna get worse, or do you feel like after you put him after the child support go through, it's gonna get better? Like, what you feel like you with this man?
Um, I don't have no expectations from this man.
Okay.
Um, because he is not active. He don't call and check on her. He don't say, "Hey, how my baby doing? What she need?"
Mm,
None of that. Instead, he do narcissistic shit like play victim and I want to see my baby. She got me blocked. I can't come here. She don't respond to me and I know good and fucking well he ain't text or called and tried to do shit. So
mm.
I don't have no expectations.
Yeah, cause I kind of know you, somebody. I feel like you'll beat somebody up. Like I feel like you'll beat a dude up. So,
I ain't got time for that.
so
You look
he
like she can fight.
yeah, she'll get right with you. So you feel so he be lying, like you wouldn't blocking him, you ain't block him.
Yeah, reaching out to other people, playing victim. Hey, can you talk to her? She won't let me talk to my baby. I spent $175 on clothes and she wouldn't answer her phone. Well, if you really bought clothes, or if you really did whatever you said you was gonna do, if you really want me to get the stuff or whatever you claim you have, you know people I talk to, friends. You have people that, you can
Hmm.
mail it, you know what I stay at,
So you did have him blocked, but you was like he still could find a
No,
way.
no, I don't
Oh,
have
is
him
he?
blocked.
Oh, okay,
Uh-uh. If he wants to text my phone, he is free to text my phone. But
okay.
have he? No. Instead, he just going around lying to people. You know how narcissists do, play victim.
Mm. And with these behaviors, these were not present before y'all got into this situation.
Oh, those behaviors were present
Okay.
all day long. It's just, how you used to something and you just want to take a seat.
It's so
Immature.
funny.
It is what it is, sis. You good.
Yeah, I missed that. That went over my head. But John caught it, so somebody caught. Maybe the grown folks in the chat caught it. I ain't catch it. But so okay, and that's where it's at. That's where it's at, and it's gonna stay like that. Do you? So damn, that's critical. That's
What you got?
critical.
Come on.
Nah, I'm gonna let it be with that. I think I'm gonna move to Jessica and ask the same question. Like, do you foresee it getting better, or do you think it's just gonna be how it's gonna be?
I think on my end, because I haven't even mentioned my other kid's father. I feel like it's gonna be what it is. Some people are stuck in their ways. It's very few people that you know that are narcissistic that actually grows from that. And some people they comfortable with where they at. Like they, in a sense, that's their mindset. They feel like, um, to a certain extent, it's better to just put the blame on me and be like she's a bitter baby mama when actually I'm trying to help you too, in a sense, to get yourself together, because we can't have you damaging the kids. Now they grow up all screwed up.
Yeah.
But the only way I see it getting better is that my kids will still be able to distinguish and love their fathers for where they are at, but also know how to interact and deal with them. And with that being said, like, I could love you, but that don't mean I have to allow you to hurt me. I could love
Mm,
you and still have boundaries with you. I could love you and still not accept your lie. Like, you lying, but it's cool. You get what I'm saying? But
yeah.
I don't necessarily see it getting better as far as that, like a one in a million thing. Uh, but all you can do is hope for the best, do what you can do, and let it be that, you know.
Hmm.
No, that's true. So okay, what about you, John? In your situation, do you feel like y'all done reached a point to where this is good as it's gonna get, or is it gonna get better, or what? How you feeling?
So you know, what I'm saying we got to that point where I feel like this is as good as it's gonna get. But just to, and I guess it's kind of like a curse sometimes. But I always try to see the good in people. So even though they, they'll like they try to dictate, they try to control. I still got to give them that grace because of what they got to deal with every day. It's like I kind of have self awareness in that sense. We argue, we fight, and all the times, but I always have to go down to the baseline that they are with my kids 24/7. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I may get my children. I may go see my daughters for like a weekend out the year, or I may get my son for the summer. You know what I'm saying? I'd be grateful for all those things, and I usually again give them that grace because they with my child 24/7. But even on that same thing, it's like me. That's the fact you keep acting like that because I'm giving you grace.
Yeah.
And when I really just get to that point to where it's like it's no change in this, that, and the third, then it's like shit. Well, you know what I'm saying? This is good as it's gonna get. You know what I'm saying? And this is as good as it's gonna get, man. I just gotta play my role. I gotta make sure I gotta make sure that I don't, I keep in touch with my children, like as far as like on the daily when I can. Always call, keep record.
Yeah.
Every time I do talk to my daughters, like every other week or every stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to it, I tell my daughter I love you every time. 5 second conversation, 10-minute conversation. Hey baby, I love you. I love you too, daddy. That always just gives me hope that my children know who I am. You know what I'm saying? When my son was out here for the summer, Dad, I love you. Dad, I never want to leave you. Dad, I want to stay here. Compliments like that just makes me feel like I can deal with what y'all mama doing. How can we
Okay.
make this precious gift? I'm like a hero to them. But then again, at the same time, this particular middleman still ain't healed. It's a
Mhm.
cold game, man.
Hmm.
It's a cold game.
All right. So we don't reach somewhat of the end, but I got one more question for you. Then I'm gonna let y'all kind of like say y'all last remarks. But I want y'all to I want Jessica and Tamara. I want y'all to like give y'all opinion of how Jen answers this question if y'all can.
Okay.
So okay,
Uh-oh.
Jen. So let's say all your children have reached the age of 25, right?
Hmm.
And it sounds like you got how many, you got three daughters and one son? All right.
No, two and two.
Dang, that's what's up. So let's say your daughters get your side of the story, right?
Hmm.
And still be like, so you didn't feel like my mom was good enough for you. You didn't feel like we were good enough for you. Like, I hear what you're saying, but why would you do that to my mom? And they still feel like in their mind that you was a bad father. Are you able to accept
So,
that?
so in that particular situation, if that was to happen, I would respect what my daughter would say, and then at that point, I would try to. I don't want to say convince like a running game or anything like that, but I don't want to be in those situations where it's just kind of like if you're still going to carry that, I'm always just try and X. I'm always just gonna try to X that. You know what I'm saying? You try to look at me from your own lens and not your mama's.
Hmm,
I just try my best to.
bet,
Mm.
bet. Cause for me, I have to sometimes think, okay, like for me, my daughter a little bit closer. So if I really had to come down there for her, I could, cause she not that far away. But you being in a different state, those days where she might feel like she needs you, she just default to not even like like your presence is still not there. So at the end of the day, she can develop that mindset of, well, he ain't here anyway. I don't need him.
Well, see, and well, that's the thing. If she developed that, I have to try my best not to. I have to try my best to separate my daughter from the problem.
Okay.
Most times when we come into like an emotional situation, it's a situation. Even in relationships or something, you can't separate your partner from the problem that y'all arguing about. That's
Yeah.
what makes that can like make the argument deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
So if my daughter's going to develop that mindset, I have to separate her from the problem. I
Mm.
have to be emotionally intelligent enough to, because some parents who turn their backs on their kids. That I'm your mom, I'm your dad. It don't matter. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to be objective with my kids.
Yeah.
And if my daughter decides to want to have a mindset like that, one, I can't get mad because once again, this is one of the rules of the broken home.
Mhm.
Mm.
If I ain't want to be in this situation, I shouldn't have made a broken home.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about it. But the same thing I would tell my children's mothers is the same thing I would preach to my daughters. I understand that you're going to be emotional, but emotion are gonna make you right.
Mm.
You know, what I'm saying emotional. Being emotional don't make you right. So I'm gonna feel that I succeeded as a father, being able to get my daughters to be logical thinkers first before emotion. Maybe an impossible task, but I'm gonna try to implement. Hey, like separate. Like you can't be emotional about it. I can apologize for what I did. Let's just say my daughter's like 19, 20 years old. I can
Mhm.
apologize from 20 on down. We can control 21 and up.
Hmm.
Like, give me that opportunity, give me that chance. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because they'll be emotionally tied to mama. Well, mama was here every day, right? And I just like, son, I can't change the past, but we can make it better. And I never hold that against my children. I'll be hurt. I'll be mad. But again, I have to separate my child from the real problem. And the real problem is Taylor, you made a broken home in the first place.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so just to answer the question, yeah, I have to take it on the chin.
Yeah. You answered that
And,
perfectly,
and
bro. You answered
I
that perfect.
yeah, I have to get on that boundary to feel that way because that's the risk.
Hmm.
Like granted, I know I'm sitting here like I tell my daughter I love her every day. She says she loves me back. Woo, woo, woo. You know, it may be that time I may not see my daughter for like I saw my daughter for years. It's
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
It's very possible. But it is more or less of the fact it's like, man, you know, I just as long as my kids' interests stay the same, I'm good. And that's what gives me hope. If it wasn't for my kids knowing who I am, I probably would be that guy trying to defend myself till my baby mama's 24/6.
Mm.
Yeah.
I just got to that point where I'm like it's just like I'm choosing peace. Uh, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be upset, but I can get off the phone and go get in the space and go let it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
I've made a conscious decision just not to, you know what I'm saying, just go back and forth. No more. I just don't. And this is, and I know we getting close to the end, but this is what irritates my soul the most. Typical conversation I would have with my baby mom. They'll call. You know, sometimes your baby mom going to vent and do this, that, and the third. I'm cool with that. Oh my God, Taylor, I'm so tired. I got these kids every day. I'm this. I'm that. I'm this. I'm that. Hey, I understand. How about you let me get my child for these couple of weeks. Let my child come up for the summer so you can get a break. Nah. So why are you complaining to me about how tired you are? So you want me to have some empathy when you going through what you're going through. But then again, I would think a lot of the solution would be, well, let my child come, you get a break for the whole summer. Don't worry about it. Keep the child support. I'll pay for everything. No, no, I don't want to do all that. Well, you must not be that tired. I done got to the point to where I stopped arguing with them. It's just like you finna tell me how tired you is, and I'm not saying the mother's job is easy. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I know a mother's job. I know if you got to do what you got to do for your kids, whether two, three, four, five, how many you may have, a mother's job is not easy.
Yeah.
But again, how much empathy can I have when you're making the choice to devalue me as a father? I'll be able to separate my children from the problem. I can't separate an adult choosing to act because we're supposed to be on the same wavelength as far as like maturity and life. It's just like I still give my children's mother grace, but it looks pretty sad when you know the only way you can control a man or be relevant is to punish. Like why mess with a man's legacy for no reason? Why?
Mhm.
Why? What? That's the best play you got for
Yeah.
maybe your emotional selfish reasons. The only play you got is to damage his legacy.
Yeah. Yeah, cause I think she feel like you damaged hers, and I think the same way we have pride in being a father, she has pride into being a mother, and a piece of that of her saying you get my child is me giving up on being a mother in her mind. Some of them, I ain't gonna say all of them. It might just be a way to say F you, but they do have that pride as a mother too, like a woman's supposed to do as well when it comes to certain things. And the only reason I can even say that because I had a conversation with a mother that kind of like explained it to me that way, and I was like, dang, I never thought about the pride you have as a mother and like what they are told as women is what they're supposed to do as a woman with their child. Like
Hmm.
I don't ever take that into account sometimes. But do y'all want to add anything to what John said, starting with you, Tamaya? Do you have anything you want to add to what he said?
No.
Feel like it was cool. Like he rocked out. He said he got it off his chest and she
Yeah.
laughed. But I mean, I
I'm
feel like
so
you
emotional
answered it
right
good.
now. You
Nah,
know how long I've been holding that in? Nah, just man.
I feel like you answered it good though. Like because a lot of these questions, even though I might sound like I'm defending where a woman come from, this is how
Of
I had
course.
to rationalize from not crashing out. I had to rationalize in my mind what the fuck is going on because I don't understand. I just want to be a father, and
That's it, man.
but I had to realize like the same way she hurting me, I must have hurt her. And I think we get that quick though. I think we understand that quick. but it's like we don't understand the extent of how long it's gonna be on us. How long she gonna hold that grudge. We underestimate that part. Um,
Hmm.
what about you, Jessica? Is anything you wanted to add to what he said?
Um, I like, for one, your mindset. You're in a good place. You're in a really
Hmm.
good place. But you said, for one, your respect where they're coming from. And that's the main thing a lot of people don't know how to do is when you're dealing with people who are hurt, whether it's based upon truth or not, sometimes you just got to let them get it out. And so you may
Absolutely.
have to just apologize for stuff you never did. You never did. And that's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. But I could attest to you, like, once they begin their healing, you're going to get healing in it within the situation if itself, if that makes sense. So it's something I tell my kids, especially my girls, is that, like, feelings, like, you could feel something, you could think something, but you always have to ask yourself, like, is it based upon truth though? Like, is it based upon a truth or a lie? And when you're dealing with certain situations, the only thing you can literally do is pray, like, God, may you reveal the truth in a way where it's not based upon what the mama said or daddy said, but that they will see, they will know, that you will connect the dots for them to see what the truth is and be able to base their feelings and emotions and relationship with either their mother or father based upon that. But I feel
Hmm.
like you're in a good space and place, just keep seeking. I feel like the more you deal with people like this, you're gonna come into a deeper place of, like, mental and emotional awareness and maturity yourself. Because that's the only way you're gonna survive. That's the only way you're
Absolutely.
gonna survive. Um, but yeah, you're in a good place, and it's not. I know it seemed like it's one of those situations. Even I just said to myself, like, man, I don't know, because it seemed like the hurt my kids' dads are dealing with is too deep. Like, I don't. But you just gotta hold on to the hope and fact that if nothing else, your kids will know the truth when it's time,
Hmm.
and healing will come for those who really want it, but mainly the kids. So yeah.
Let's go. Okay, Tamaya, we reached the end. Um, shout out what you got going. If you want to, let the people in the chat know what you got going on. Like do you got some businesses going on? Anything you want to promote? This is the time to let them know what Tamaya got going. But if you don't want them in your business, you ain't got to put them in your business. But if you got that business,
I am
no.
my business. I'm a licensed esthetician. So, you want to get your skin together. You want to get your needle waxer, uh, or just a little self-care, hit me up.
Mm,
I'm located in Mesquite, Texas. And yeah, so if anybody want to come visit or here to visit or whatever, I can show you a good time too now. I'll let you know where to go,
okay.
where the hangout spots are, the restaurants, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And you still got your pay. I'm gonna put it up on the screen and show them point them in the right direction too. Once we air it, I got you.
I'm a licensed social worker too. I'm just not doing it right now.
Hey, no matter what you doing, you gonna be a social worker though. You gonna put your social worker
Yeah,
twist to it. Yeah.
yeah, yep. Cause I'm a social worker with the esthetician going on.
Let's go. You rubbing on them and helping them solve something at the same time.
Yep,
Real
yep.
talk. What about you, Miss Jessica? Do you got anything you want to promote? You want to put out there for people to know about?
Yes, I am a braider here in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I not only braid, but I also teach classes to young girls, really whoever want to learn how to braid and things of that nature. Um, I teach braiding, but it's based upon building confidence and things of that nature. So you need your hair done, you need your hair braided, you need them kids hair braided,
Mm,
just reach out to me. Braided Crowns by Jessica Brown on Facebook.
let's
Yep.
go. Let's go. That's gonna be on the screen as well. And we gonna get them to you. We gonna get them to you. What about you, John? Anything you want to promote, put people on, or whatever?
Oh yeah, for sure. And for starters, man, I do want to say I do appreciate this conversation, man, because it's refreshing to hear two logical women be able to express it to me. And
Yeah.
not one of y'all play the emotional card. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be a little petty. I was waiting for y'all to play the emotional cards tonight. But
I
at the same
tried to
time, y'all was,
gaslight them. I tried my
oh
best.
man,
Tried.
I was waiting for the emotional card, but y'all didn't, man. And even talking to y'all wonderful ladies also gives me hope, man, that eventually I'll graduate and then hopefully me and my children's mothers can get to this point of open conversation. But
Mm,
uh, I'll promote my TikTok, that dude J Chris, all lowercase. Um, and then shout out to the podcast that I do, a dose of reality. For the game, well, the game is free and the talk is real. We trying to kick that back up or whatnot, do some episodes. We
let's
don't went
go.
live on Facebook Live, so on Facebook, John Taylor add me, and you know what I'm saying. I continue to, I continue to let my truth be your country.
Let's go. Let's go. I like that. My truth is your. Hey, there's it. That's where it's at. That should be a slogan. Um, all that's gonna be on the screen too. All that's gonna be on the screen. Y'all go check out Tamaya, Jessica, and John. Man, I look forward to looking at your podcast myself, man.
Oh, for sure, man. Yeah, yeah. Like, don't cancel me, man. We get kind of bug wild, but we
That
still send the right message.
was up, man. That was up. So there you go. We out this thing. Thank y'all for
But I
watching.
miss Maya. I miss Jessica. Pleasure talking to y'all, ladies.
Not talking to you, Mr. John and Mr. James, the JJs. I'm just
The
playing.
JJ.